and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Us with Uche. Before we get started, please, if you're new to my podcast, make sure to subscribe and share. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, please make sure to subscribe, like, and share. And please don't forget to hit the bell notification right there so you can get notified every time I post a video. Please check me out on my social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and also please check out my website. I'll make sure to leave the links down below. Today I'm going to be talking about 28 African countries that you can travel to visa-free with a Nigerian passport. So if you're a traveler like myself and you have a Nigerian passport, you live in Nigeria, and you do want to travel the world, and I understand that getting a visa outside of Africa is very challenging. You don't have to wait to travel outside of Africa to travel. There are 28 countries in Africa that you can travel to visa-free. I will mention that some of these countries, even though they may not necessarily be visa-free, they do offer visa on arrival or permanent arrival. I'll also make sure to mention those countries when I'm talking. In addition to the information that I'm going to be providing today, I highly recommend that whoever is watching this before you travel to do your own individual research so that you're better equipped with knowledge and everything that you need to know before you proceed. That being said, get your passports and let's get traveling. Number one on the list is Burkina Faso. Capital is Ouagadougou. Please forgive me if I'm butchering the name. I really don't know how to pronounce some of these words right. Burkina Faso is a country in West Africa close to Ghana. I've never been to Burkina Faso before, and I don't think I know anyone that has ever been. If I ever find an opportunity to visit Burkina Faso, I don't see why not. It definitely looks like a pretty cool place to be. I'm loving the roads. I'm loving some of the architecture. It looks pretty clean. At number two is Benin. Capital is Porto Novo. Benin is definitely on my list to travel to. It's in West Africa, right next to Nigeria. I do plan on doing the Lagos-Accra bus route someday eventually, and I know that the bus stops in Benin and also Togo. So definitely, if you're bored one day, you just want to get on the bus and just escape real quick, you can get on the bus and hop on over to Benin. Number three on the list is Burundi, and the capital of Burundi is Gitega. Burundi is in East Africa, right next to Tanzania. I've also not been to Burundi yet. I've not been to any East African countries yet, but my plan is to someday make it down there. So for anyone who's interested in Burundi, this is what Burundi looks like. Country number four is Chad. Capital is N'Djamena. Again, I do apologize, you guys, for butchering any of the names. Please, I don't know how to pronounce the words. I don't know how to pronounce some of these places. But for anyone who's interested, Chad is literally next to Nigeria. It's another West African country. For anyone who's interested, it could be a quick weekend getaway. Country number five is Cameroon. Capital is Yaoundé. Again, sorry for the butchering. Yes, and just like Chad, Cameroon is another West African country, literally right next to Nigeria. Again, this could be a quick weekend trip. You can literally plan a weekend trip once a month, every month for some of these close by places because you don't even need to fly. All you need is a bus. Country number six is Côte d'Ivoire. Capital is Yamoussoukro. Again, sorry for the butchering. Côte d'Ivoire is another West African country, literally next to Ghana. And I believe Liberia. Again, another weekend trip if you just want to get away for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and come back to work on Monday. For anyone who's interested, this is what Côte d'Ivoire looks like. Country number seven is Comoros. Capital is Moroni. Comoros seems like a really dope country. Comoros is a little island right next to Mozambique all the way in East Africa. I've never been, again, like I said, I've never been to East Africa, but this looks like a dream place to be. There's a lot of islands in Africa, y'all, and you don't need a visa. Might as well just get on the plane and start traveling. Country number 8 on the list is Cape Verde. Capital is Praia. Again, sorry for the butchering. Just like the very last country, Cape Verde is another island country, but this is in West Africa, I believe Northwest Africa. Definitely a very beautiful dream place to be. So if anyone's looking for honeymoon or just a quick getaway with their romantic partner, definitely a place to go. Country number 9 is Djibouti. Capital of Djibouti is Djibouti City. This is another East African country right next to Ethiopia. I have also not been to Djibouti yet. So for anyone who's interested, this is what Djibouti looks like. Definitely looks like a place for a quick getaway. maybe if you're traveling to Ethiopia or through Ethiopia, why not? Next on the list is Ghana. Capital of Ghana is Accra. And as I like to say, Ghana is our cousin, cousin to Nigerians. I've also not been to Accra, like I said, but hopefully one day when I make it down to Nigeria, I will do the quick Lagos to Accra bus route. So, guys, if you've never traveled to Ghana, you might as well check it out. It's a very beautiful place from what I'm seeing. Country number 11 is Guinea. The capital of Guinea is Conakry. Guinea is another West African country. I've not really been there. I wasn't really able to find too much pictures of Guinea, but if you're interested in going to Guinea to check it out, this is what Guinea looks like. Country number 12 is Guinea-Bissau. The capital of Guinea-Bissau is Bissau. Right next to Guinea is Guinea-Bissau. They border each other. They're literally neighbors. This is what Guinea-Bissau looks like. So I guess you might as well just check out both countries while you're there in the vicinity, because they're literally next to each other. So this is what Guinea-Bissau looks like. Country number 13 is the Gambia. Capital is Banjul. The Gambia is another West African country, basically northwest or north and west Africa. This is what the Gambia looks like. I've heard a lot about the Gambia. I don't really know anyone who's been to the Gambia, but for anyone who's interested, this is what Gambia looks like. Next on the list is Kenya at number 14. Capital of Kenya is Nairobi. Kenya is an East African country. Kenya is one of those countries that you do need a permit, but you do get the permit on arrival as soon as you get to the airport. So you don't need to prepare for a visa prior to getting to Kenya. But if you want to purchase a visa prior to, you can, but you don't have to. You can purchase it at the airport. Next country at number 15 is Liberia. Capital of Liberia is Monrovia. Liberia is another West African country, part of the ECOWAS. I think I'm going to be making another video describing what countries are in part of the ECOWAS. But for anyone who's interested in Liberia, this is what Liberia looks like. Again, another weekend trip. Next on the list at number 16 is Mali. Capital is Bamako. Mali is our first Northern African country. I've heard a lot about Mali, with the king, the empire, and stuff like that. Something that has to do with slave trade, early slave trade. But for anyone who's interested in Northern Africa, Mali is definitely a place to go. This is what Mali looks like. Check it out. Next is Madagascar. Capital Antananarivo. Again, I'm very sorry for these butcherings. I don't know how to say these words, really. I've never been to some of these places, but Madagascar is very interesting. It's it's a big island country in East Africa. Definitely a very beautiful place to check out. So check it out. Number 18 is Mauritius. Capital is Port Louis. Mauritius is a little island country right next to Madagascar. This is just a beauty. I could see myself having a honeymoon here, or just a quick romantic getaway. Actually, not even quick, maybe like a whole month. This is very beautiful. Very beautiful. If you're looking for a honeymoon, you can get on a plane and go to Mauritius visa free. Country number 19 is Mauritania. Capital is Nouakchott. Again, I am sorry for the butchering. This is another Northern African country. I wasn't really able to find a whole lot of pictures, but for anyone who's interested, this is what Mauritania looks like. Country number 20 is Mozambique. Capital is Maputo. Mozambique is another country in southern Africa right next to Madagascar. This country is really beautiful, y'all. If I lived in Nigeria, this would definitely be one of my favorite places to go to, as opposed to South Africa. Look at how beautiful this is. Check it out, yo. Instead of waiting around for a South African visa, get on the plane and go check it out. Beautiful. Country number 21 is Niger Republic. Capital is Niamey. I'm not sure if it's Niger Republic or Niger. So if somebody can please correct me and write it down below and how to pronounce it, I'd really appreciate it. But for anyone who is interested, this is what Niger looks like. Number 28 is Senegal. Capital is Dakar. Senegal is another Northeast African country. I've never been, definitely on my list. I do have a really close friend that just got back from Dakar, and he basically told me that Dakar is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. So yeah, Dakar is definitely on my to-do list or to travel list, and I hope to travel down there someday and check out some of the clubs that he recommended. Number 23 is Somalia. Capital is Mogadishu. Somalia is an Eastern African country right next to Ethiopia. Somalia is one of those countries that you do need visa on arrival. For anyone who's interested in Somalia, this is what Somalia looks like. Number 24 is Seychelles. Capital is Victoria. Seychelles is a very tiny island all the way in East Africa. This island is just to die for. Just look at this. This is just too beautiful. Way too beautiful. Yo, honeymoon, quick getaway, romantic getaway. This is definitely a place you want to be. This is definitely a place you want to visit with your significant other. Number 25 is Sierra Leone. Capital is Freetown. This is another West African country. I wasn't able to find a whole lot of pictures about this country, but for anyone who's interested, this is definitely what it looks like. It sort of looks like it's Nigeria. But anyone who's interested, go check it out. Another weekend trip. Country number 26 is Togo. Capital is Lome. Togo is definitely on my list. You know, like I said, I do want to do the West African tour someday, and I do want to spend a few days in Lome. So again, right next door, another weekend trip. You don't need an airplane. You can just get on a bus, and the bus ride is pretty safe. Country number 27 is Tanzania. Capital is Dodoma. Definitely also on my list. Again, I was supposed to travel to Tanzania in March, but I had to reschedule my flight because of the ongoing pandemic. Tanzania is also a visa on arrival, so be prepared to get your visa at the airport. And if you ever make it down there, please check out Zanzibar, because Zanzibar is definitely one of the most beautiful places ever. Last, at number 28, we have Uganda. The capital of Uganda is Kampala. Uganda is in Central East Africa, or East Central Africa. Uganda is also on my list. I definitely do hope to go down to Uganda someday. Maybe one of these days when I'm flying through Ethiopia to check it out. Definitely a very beautiful place, and I think it's also very underrated. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Please make sure to subscribe, like and share it, and also click the bell notification so you'll be notified every time I post a video. And please follow me on my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and check out my website. I'll make sure to leave the links below. Thank you very much. Until next time.